Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. So glad to hear this Friday morning, December 1st. Let me repeat, December 1st. Can you believe we're in the month of December? It's amazing. And we always, so many of us, and Gail is one of the worst about getting stressed out of getting about presents, wanting to please everybody and all. And that's why I always say December is just a great month to spend some time in the outdoors to relieve some of this stress from all the Christmas things going on. It's all good stuff, a lot of good, giving and loving and hugging and all that, but it's still stressful that time. So just relax and enjoy December. We're going to give some stuff away here on Panhandle Outdoors too. I'll get some stuff together, and we'll, you notice we got some brand new coffee mugs, so we're going to be giving some of those away for Christmas also, and I'm particular to have those. Every little thing we do, I just think it's a good thing. So let's move on with our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin and Highway 77. Folks, I was looking back, this whole week has been just one beautiful week. Beautiful sunsets, beautiful sunrises, got a great weekend coming up. The weather's been ideal. Now, we haven't had any great tides to fish with, but just the general weather has been, we're talking about late fall. This is exactly what we've had. It's a little bit dry, though. High today is going to be 78 and low 53. Water temperature is 67.3. River reading still low. The Apalachicola Bluntstown at 1.4, and our river reading brought to us by Sandhill Seafood. And December is always a great month to eat seafood. And they got some good stuff up there. Choctaw at Caryville, 4.2. No river, no movement in the rivers at all, but it's just going to be low. I talked to some folks been fishing the river. They're doing good, but they're watching out for stumps and all, so be careful of that. Tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn, and we're in, today's the first, and we're in neap tides, but this weekend now, looking on Saturday, we actually, today and tomorrow, now we out of those neap tides. Today we got some strong tides. We're looking at a low tide, okay, I actually don't have the time on here, but you look on the chart there, it's got an incoming tide in the afternoon. It's going to be excellent. Tomorrow morning, it's going to be incoming all day. So it's going to be really good fishing on the tide chart this weekend and all of next week. Going to be great tides. I mean, really good tides. So let's go into our fishing game times for today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in St. Joe, 9:43 to 11:43. And 10:11 to 12:11 tonight, and that sort of coincides with the tide drop there, and also the game movement will be at that time. Marine forecast is actually coming out of west-southwest. It's sort of been easterly and northeast most of the week, but coming out of west-southwest at about 5 to 10. Now we're going to take a break and we'll come back. I got Captain Kim down at Seaquarters Marina. She'll be giving us a fishing report from down there, so we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back to the show, folks. We're glad you're with us this Friday morning. We got Captain Kim down at Seaquarters Marina on the phone. We're going to get a report down that way. A lot of good stuff going on. Good morning, Captain Kim.
Good morning, Mr. Chester.
All right, tell us what's going on. I know y'all having a good time down there. What's going on?
We sure are. The fish are all over the place. We got the redfish and trout right here in the river. They've been trolling stretch 30s just out about 40 foot and catching all kinds of gag grouper. Kingfish are still around, flounder down by the docks. I mean, we've been having all kinds of good fishing reports.
Wow, that sounds really good. Now, are y'all, any of the guys going up the river any?
Yeah, the brim has been real popular. The last couple of days, or like 3 days ago, I guess it was a little bit breezy, so everybody went up the river, and plenty of trout, plenty of brim. It's been real popular. Okay,
listen, on your redfish and all, how's the redfishing back behind Dog Island and places like that?
It's been real good. I mean, we haven't really had any rain per se, and so the weather has been pretty conducive for fishing, and it's not really that cold yet. And so the redfish are, kind of more out towards Dog Island than right here in the river. Down at the mouth of the river has been pretty heavy duty too. So
how are those guys and girls catching those redfish?
We a lot of DOAs. The DOA shrimp have been real popular. The voodoo shrimp, live shrimp also. So it's been mostly a shrimp bite, and then of course you got the cut mullet on a popping cork if you want to be lazy.
Okay. What about up here? We didn't have very good of a pompano run. Did y'all, any of the guys down there have a good pompano run?
I did not see a whole lot of pompano, no. There was, was scattered here and there last week or two, but I hadn't seen a whole lot of that going on, no.
Yeah. Okay, now real quick about the hunting. What about the deer and the dove and all that? What's going on down there in the woods?
Well, of course, everybody's still in the woods. They hardly show themselves unless they come in for, some cold drinks and ice and fuel. But I've heard a lot of reports that they were already getting their deer the first couple of days.
Okay, and you said it had some good dove shoot down there?
And the doves have been real heavy duty down here too. Yeah, we got a couple guys here that hang out at the dock and go out there every afternoon. So they've been doing real well.
Well, that sounds like a lot of stuff going on down there, Captain Kim. Thank you so much for that report.
Hey, you're very welcome. Y'all have a great weekend.
Okay, we'll see you.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. All right, that's a good report coming down from Seaquarter Marina, and the woods and the water down there are just special because the big thing is sort of an isolated area compared to what we have up here. It's like this place used to be many years ago. So I just get tickled every time I talk to them, and it's exciting to me. Okay, let's look at some pictures. Speaking of pompano, look at here. This Chris Wynn. I don't know if you know those Wynn boys. That's a fishing family, and they always smiling and fishing. But now he ran across these. It's always a nice surprise running the beach and coming across these guys. Now he's in his boat, but that's the biggest mess of pompano. That's a limit right there of pompano I've seen. And we said it was going to be on a tail end or sort of a later run, but this were not surf caught. They were caught in a boat outside of Shell Island in that area there. So good job, Chris Wynn. This is interesting. There's a little chart right here. Did you know that many conservationists once thought turkeys would go extinct? And looking at in the early 1900s, we had about 30,000 turkeys. In the 1930s, 200,000. 1970s, 1.5 million. Today, we've got over 6 million wild turkeys in a huntable population. And that comes from conservationists and hunters and folks like us that take care of them. We have limits on them, and we nurture them, and the National Wild Turkey Federation educates people on it. So that's good news right there. Okay, let's see. We want to Bill Angevine, who fishes a pier almost on a daily basis. He's probably one of the best pier fishermen we have. Winter, flounder dinner. Caught a 16-incher this couple days ago at a city pier. Good job, Bill Angevine, and like I say, you just stick with it like Bill does, and you're going to catch some fish. You just stick with it. Matthew, Buckshot Grantham, not much on horn, but weighed 150 pounds and up in Jackson County. That is a big deal right there. Go Tigers, and cheering on the Bluntstown Tigers. All right, Matthew, good job. Ron McCamick, I caught this one about an hour ago in 2 large brim. That ain't bad, that's a good mess of fish. Brad Ayers from Ayers sent this into Panama City Fishing. Caught by herself, of course, a little bit of assistance, and released safely. Nice fish right there. Pretty red fish, pretty little girl. Okay, we'll get back to, let's see, this announcement right here. I want to make this announcement. Snow cones for a cause, Friday, December 1st, which is today, in a couple of hours from now, 11 a.m. next to the Dollar General in Hosford. Come enjoy a tasty treat, all while helping someone in need. 100% of proceeds will go to help someone in our community who is ill. Also selling the split the pot tickets and all. And Amanda Whitehead sent this to me. She has a family member who's in need of some assistance. And we know this time of year we got a lot of folks hurting and all. So if you get a chance and run by that up there in Hosford by the Dollar General and make a donation, that would greatly help a needful family. So y'all try to help out on that. Okay, let's take a break and we'll be right back. Welcome back, and we forgot to give away a Sandhill seafood platter, so we're going to go and do that right now. And then at the end of this segment, we're going to give away something from Tarpon Dock. So the winner of a seafood platter up in Sandhill Seafood Restaurant is going to be Tracy Waldo. Congratulations, Tracy. Let's move on. We've got a lot of stuff to do. Don't forget the C&G, they do this every year. C&G Sporting Goods, a big buck contest. Free. How many contests can you enter free? This is amazing. Here are the rules. I won't read all the rules. It's just basic rules. It covers just basically our viewing area. And first place, now this is a nice, look at the prize at the bottom. First place, a free head mount by Watford's Taxidermy. We had Kenny Watford on the show. What a great job he does. Second place, $100 gift certificate. Third place, $50. And take a child hunting and hunt safe and good hunting. So we appreciate Ronnie Groom and the folks down at C&G for putting this on every year for us local folks like that. So that's really neat. Okay, now I also wanted, speaking of hunting, Michael Hare sent this to me. This is, a lot of times you're out driving through the woods or something, and this time of year, folks are hunting with hunting dogs and all. And a lot of times people see them side of the road, and they want to stop and help them and all, but they're okay. They're doing their job. So they got a set of rules that they sent, sort of just to educate the public like us. Well, I know what to do, but a lot of folks come in from out of town and all and see a dog side of the road and want to stop and help, which is a natural human instinct. But here's some basic things they want you to do as a dog. This is from dog hunters to the general public. Number one, please don't pick up any hunting dogs. Nowadays, you got these collars on them so the hunters know where they are. And back in the old days when we had no idea where they were when they got out of barking sound, but don't pick them up, okay? Number two, our dogs that are on the side of the road are not lost. That collar is the antenna, so okay. Number three, please don't feed or water any hunting dog. They're not really hungry or thirsty now. They'll find water running through the woods a lot if they're thirsty, but I know it's a natural instinct that they got a tongue hanging out and all to give them water. So they're asking you not to feed them or water them. Number four, if you see a hunting dog on the road, slow down. Don't pull up and try to talk to it. It's busy looking for a track, so just leave the dog alone. Okay. Number five, if you see a truck on the side of the road with a big dog box, slow down because it could be dogs running out, especially on these 2-lane roads back in the in the rural areas and all. A lot of those dogs, they won't keep on running. And we don't want to have very many accidents because people are good about slowing down with that. Most folks are. Number six, please don't pet any hunting dog. It does not need a friend. Okay. Number seven, please do not pick up any hunting dogs. They don't need to be rescued. All right. Then a couple more. And these are just good general knowledge ones that Michael sent. Some of them got together. Basically, I just skip over some of them. The dog you see on the side of the road is leery of you because they're just really, they're not looking for friends, okay? Number 12, please do not, reiterate, please don't pick them up. And be mindful and respectful of private landowners and all that. And we view our dogs as hunting partner, family members, and they really do. They spend a lot of time with hunting dogs and are very close to them and all, so be aware of that. And speaking of deer hunting, a lot of folks, I've noticed a while back, people didn't want to eat a lot of deer meat and all because it had a wild gamey taste. And now it's almost, you can't get enough of it. I mean, people are begging for deer meat. But look at this little category right here, the protein. This is deer meat in the left-hand column, and protein compared to beef, 22 grams, 16 grams of beef, and fat. Look at the fat on beef compared to the fat on deer meat. Isn't that amazing? Of course, carbohydrates, the iron, you got more iron in deer meat, vitamin B, and then the calories. And look at the calories. So you can see why people love venison, and it's so healthy for you. And you can really, like a picture I showed the other day with a young lady who had some fresh backstrap and made shish kebabs with them. So that's what made me think about showing the different things. And you compare it to pork and chicken, it's still the best. It's natural grown, eating acorns and stuff in the woods and all, so it's all natural. Okay, also tomorrow, actually starting today, I'm not gonna get a chance to do this, but I wish I wanted to mention it doesn't have a lot to do with the outdoor ed. This right here, outdoor program. If you're a history buff, this is 200th anniversary commemoration. If you know anything about history, 200 years ago, up on the Appalachian Chattahoochee River, there was a massacre, and they're going to do a reenactment of it. It started yesterday and today around Bainbridge, Chattahoochee. Decatur County's having it, and more stuff in Chattahoochee. It's a living history memorial service. An interesting story of the Scott Massacre, where back then they were in boats and all. That's all the transportation we had. And the early settlers were coming in, and the Native Americans. There were Seminoles and all different tribes, Miccosukee and different tribes and all. They were fighting, and there was a massacre there, and it was 200 years ago this year. So if you're interested in it, look it up. The Scott Massacre, very interesting. Okay, now let's go ahead and get our Tarpon Dog Seafood giveaway. Put the cup. I want y'all to see this cup here. Okay. All right, this Tarpon Dog Seafood. We're going to give. First one's going to be $50 gift certificate. And by the way, I was down by Tarpon Dock yesterday. I went down to PCMI, and I was invited to come down and talk to the kids. And we actually went fishing off the dock down there, off the pier. One of my former students, Ted Randall, works down there. And we're going to talk more about PCMI and those kids trying to do better things down there. But I was right next door to Tarpon Dock Seafood, and those boats are coming in and out. I wanted to go run over and get some shrimp, but I couldn't leave those kids. All right, winner, $20. Cindy Barlow, okay, Cindy Barlow. $20 gift certificate. Congratulations. We had Tracy, Cindy, and the big red snapper is going to be Charles Turner. All right, those are 3 winners right there. Now we're going to get set up for our famous Friday fishing forecast, and we're going to got some really good stuff coming out on it. So let's take a break, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back to the famous Friday fishing forecast. Got a lot of stuff here, believe it or not. There hasn't been a whole lot of fish caught, but a lot of folks been going. In general, let me just speak about pier fishing. You saw the picture there with that nice flounder caught. Here's the first word I wrote down is few, okay? But here's what's been caught: flounder, pompano, and kings. They've caught all of those off the pier, not a bunch of them, but it's been a few. The surf fishing is just mainly going to be concentrated right now on whiting, and which is really good eating. So all along Mexico Beach, all the way up to Grayton Beach, whiting should be a decent bite, especially early in the morning. And then on freshwater, I wrote this down for freshwater from reports and people I talked to this week. The sandhill ponds are getting low, and I got to thinking, with this lack of rain we've had, they started getting low. So a lot of sandhill ponds are really low. The creeks and the sloughs that go into the rivers, they're low. I talked to a guy 2 days ago to fish over in Saul's Creek now, from Saul's Creek down to the intercoastal, and he had had a good mess of fish, he said. So freshwater, Lake Seminole, places like Lake Talcum, Lake Seminole, Ammonia Lake over the other side of Tallahassee are all producing bass. Bass fishing is good right now. Bass fishing been really good. Right now, and near shore, one word, near shore. When I say near shore now, I'm talking about just going out the pass or going a few miles near shore. Not many people are going offshore right now, but near shore fishing, the biggest thing right there are beeliners. A lot of folks, which is mingo snapper, a lot of folks are catching those beeliners, and they're good eating too. They're really like a small bass or a big brim. So beeliners have been really good. And remember now, the limit on those, I started catching sea bass. I wrote that down too, sea bass, and the limit on those are 10, beeliners are 10, but on those sea bass, it's a 100-pound limit, okay? So that, you can see it around the rocks and all, but it's got to be 10 inches, so be aware of that. Also, let's go over here to Choctawhatchee Bay. Choctawhatchee Bay, the reports I've gotten, I wrote this down, Mid-Bay Bridge is really holding those redfish again. And that's some really good fishing over there on the Mid-Bay Bridge. The trout bite has been good. I understand the trout bite has been good. And also up in those little bayous up around Freeport, up in this area up in here, the redfish around the dock has been good up in there. And of course going out the pass and all over at Destin, and it's just slowed down a little bit. It's not near as crowded as it was going out of Destin Pass right here. So this week has been pretty good fishing on Choctawhatchee Bay, according to reports over there. Move on into West Bay. I can give a personal report. Gail and I tell you what we did last Saturday afternoon. I didn't want to watch the football games on Saturday because I just didn't want to get aggravated with them. So I told Gail early part of the week, I said, we're just going to take the boat out somewhere. So we did go out Burnt Mill Creek, and that's not that far from the house. We live, come over here, just go down Burnt Mill Creek, and it's just been really, and we just came out here and just, I knew there were going to be trout somewhere between here and here. You're going to find some trout. You're always going to find some trout. And we're just fishing artificial and just playing around, and finally found some trout. And after about an hour or so, we found them. I'll tell you I'll show you right where we found them. They were about right in here, in about 4 foot of water. And once we found them, of course you can catch them, pretty rapidly. And I always like to do this. Anything I do, I think goes back to my days of shooting free throws as a kid. I always shoot them in sets of 10. See how many I can get out of 10. Right now, I can go out right now and shoot. I can walk out the door here to basketball goal. I can guarantee you I'd make 7 or 8 free throws out of every 10 I shot. I just always do that. So I do that with fishing too. I said, I want to see how many I can catch out of 10 casts. And I threw 10 times in a row now, and I caught 7 speckled trout. And I had some video of it. I don't know if I showed it or not because they're all small. But I wasn't talking about size, but I caught them on popping cork. I caught them on a little diving plug, and also on top water. So I mix it up, and they're going to bite about anything. So just be aware of that. This time of year, you can do a lot of that all through here. And the red fishing, I heard a guy talk about he caught so many redfish here at the dam. He couldn't catch any legal size. They're all too big. But he and another guy were fishing the other night for redfish, and they did real good. So redfishing good there. Moving right along out in the bay, you can still all through here. Flounder's about moved out. We floundered here the other night and didn't do all that good. Bill Allen, some buddies on the backside of the island did good. But it's about wound up as far as that. Okay, I got to move rapidly. Sandy Creek. I'll tell you who I talked to, because I was going to say I talked to a really good fisherman. I talked to Captain Roy, ran him at Walmart day before yesterday, and he'd fished Sandy Creek, and he'd caught some fish at different places. But he was really disappointed in Sandy Creek recently, because he said they just haven't been catching me in Sandy Creek, and that's one of his prime spots. So when Captain Roy don't catch any fish in Sandy Creek, it's pretty slow. So be aware of that. Backside of Tyndall is always going to be good. Crooked Eye's been good. I got his report right here. Mitch Coleman's been working on the boat, but he finally sent this report in. He's getting back in the water now. This is Mexico Beach. Water temperature has dropped to 69 and very clear. The Bell Shoals Reef area is holding sea bass. They're holding flounder and plenty of grunts for grouper bait. The Carbody Reef area has flounder around the rubber piles and beeliners around, like I said, around the super reefs, which were actually put down in 2015. No reports from the canal, but water is getting right for the flounder to start showing up anytime. That's Captain Mitch Coleman of Mexico Beach. So I about run out of time. You just got a report from Carabel, so you know what's going on down there at Seaquarter. So that pretty well covers the whole area. Thank y'all so much for watching our show. It's been a great week. You have a great weekend. Enjoy the great outdoors and do something good for your fellow man, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.